Alex Lopez, aka the fake ass Dylan from Wish. Let me talk to you real quick. Even though I hate your guts and I want you and your brother Leo to suffer, I have to tell you something. Man, it's sped. You and Adriana's first choice. She has and always will love Dylan. I've known her for 15 plus years and I've never seen her so happy when she was with Dylan. When she was with you, I could tell that she was really thinking about him. You see, me and her used to have long personal conversations when she babysat for me and Maria. And she would tell me how much she loved Dylan and that she would do anything for him. I was there when they first broke up and I never seen her cry like that in my life. That's how you know it was real. Then they got back together and she vowed to never let him go. So what I'm saying is, she settled for you because she had to. You don't think it's a coincidence that you look exactly like Dylan? When we first saw you, even me and Maria said Adriana had a type. Hell, even Linda said you look like Dylan. Shit, even Dylan said you look like him. A poor man's version, if you will. So what I'm saying is Adriana's heart belongs to Dylan. It always has, and always will, and there's nothing you can do to change that. Dylan just wasn't her fiance, he was also her soulmate. He was also her soon-to-be husband. They even had a wedding date. They took hundreds of pictures together and even traveled to so many different places. You could tell they were in love. Meanwhile, when I see you and her together, you could tell that she's faking, and I'm sure she does that a lot with you. Especially because she misses the real deal, but instead has to settle for Dylan from Temu. I could promise that if Dylan never decided to come back into her life, she would kick you to the curb. Because even though I may be a villain, I still gotta tell the truth, and that truth is her heart still belongs to Dylan.
Everyone knows you guys turned Vince Gator into a villain, but even though he's the bad guy, he's telling the truth when he says Adriana's heart will always belong to Dylan.
You were never her first choice, and you definitely won't be her last. You were just a hand-me-down that she had to settle for because her true love left. But just know that if Dylan never decides to come back into her life, she will drop you like a bad habit and will become his wife, the love of her life. So when the time comes, she will drop the Temu version of Dylan, because the knockoff versions never work out. It's all about the real Dylan, Alex, you just don't cut it. So enjoy your time while it lasts, because when the real Dylan decide to come home, she is gonna boot that ass. Because even though Vince Gator is a villain, he's telling the truth when he says Adriana's heart will always belong to Dylan.
Now you may be thinking that I made this song just to be dissing, but in reality, I just wanna get the truth out and show everyone the real story and what they've been missing. Maybe you shouldn't have talked shit about someone that knows everything about you, girl. I have so much shit that I haven't even exposed, but best believe if you ever cross me again, I'll expose it to the whole world.
Believe me when I say that actually I'm holding back. You weren't there when Adriana would talk to me for hours and tell me about Dylan and how Linda betrayed her. You weren't there for all the private conversations. Hell, me and Maria used to hang out with Adriana and Dylan all of the time. In fact, we all joked that he had a son from another girl. Turns out it was true, but yet he was still Adriana's world. And she would tell me about another boyfriend that she had just so she could try to forget Dylan. But I'll try to save that for another song. Like I said, you guys turned me into a villain, but just know I'm telling the truth when I say Adriana's heart will always belong to Dylan.
Everyone knows you guys turned Vince Gator into a villain, but even though he's the bad guy, he's telling the truth when he says Adriana's heart will always belong to Dylan. Everyone knows you guys turned Vince Gator into a villain, but even though he's the bad guy, he's telling the truth when he says Adriana's heart will always belong to Dylan.
Alex, you might be wondering why I made this song. Well, it's to give you a reality check. You see, I never liked you. To me, you were always the bootleg version of Dylan. Not only did you lack his kindness and charisma, but you just weren't very likable. And this is not only coming from me, but Lupe, Linda, and almost every other family member that met you. I only started associating with you because you started developing a personality towards the end. But even then, it was a pathetic attempt at trying to be Dylan. I always knew you were a snake in the grass, and that's why I cut your head off the moment I saw you try to strike. Now, I'm gonna make your life a living hell, and I'm gonna keep exposing the truth with my music. Like I said, I've known everyone for over 15 years. I know all of their secrets, and eventually all of their skeletons will get exposed. So I thank you for turning me into a villain, because it allowed me to tell the truth and let everyone know that Adriana's heart will always belong to Dylan.
Everyone knows you guys turned Vince Gator into a villain, but even though he's the bad guy, he's telling the truth when he says Adriana's heart will always belong to Dylan. Everyone knows you guys turned Vince Gator into a villain, but even though he's the bad guy, he's telling the truth when he says Adriana's